Hello everyone and welcome back to 30 Days of Java. It's day 7 now and today we'll be discussing about conditional statements in Java, that is if-else statement and switch statement. Our agenda for today would be to first understand about if-else statement and then talk about its nested version and also else-if statement. After that we'll talk about switch statement and its associativity with break statement. Finally, we'll take a look at ternary operators in Java. So let's begin. The if-else statement in Java is a conditional statement that allows you to control the flow of your program based on whether a specified condition evaluates to true or false. Let's discuss about all of these keywords shown in syntax one by one. If keyword. It marks the beginning of the if statement. Condition. The expression inside the parenthesis is the condition. If the condition evaluates to true, the code inside the corresponding block will be executed. Otherwise, the code inside the else block will be executed. Code block. The block of code following the if or else keyword is enclosed in curly braces. This block contains the statement to be executed if the associated condition is true or false. Else keyword. This part is optional. If the condition specified in the if statement is false, the code inside the else block will be executed. For better understanding the working of if-else statement, let's take an example. Suppose, if you have a choice to either go to school or leave school, which are represented by true and false here respectively, then you would either become a good cat with education or a bad thug cat. To represent these choices in programming languages, we use conditional statements like if-else. Nested if-else statement in Java allows you to have one if-else statement inside another. This is useful when you need to check multiple conditions in a hierarchical manner. Keep in mind that while nested if-else statement provide flexibility, it's important to maintain code readability. Excessive nesting can make code harder to understand, so it's often a good idea to refactor complex nested structure into separate methods or use other control flow structure if the logic becomes too convoluted. To better understand the nested if-else, let's extend the previous example. In this case, we have the first condition as going to school. If that is true, then we again check another condition which checks if the cat is going to college or not. If he doesn't even go to school, then it's a bad cat. If it goes to school but not to college, then it's a working cat. But if it goes to school and college, then it becomes a rich cat. The else-if construct is used to handle multiple conditions in a more structured way than using just if and else statement. It allows you to test multiple conditions in sequence and execute the block of code associated with the first true condition. Let's now see all of this in action in IntelliJ. Let's first start with a very simple example that would demonstrate how if-else block works. So first, we'll create a boolean variable named goes to school and then set it to false. Then we'll write the if-else block. If and the condition will give if goes to school equal to true. That is, if the cat goes to school, then it should give out good cat. So we'll write system.out.println and then good cat, which would output the good cat message in the console. In the else block, we'll output bad cat in the console. So we'll write system.out.println and then bad cat. Now let's run this program and see what happens. In the output screen, you can see that it's showing bad cat. So why did it show bad cat and not good cat? Let's run this program one by one by using a debug point. So we'll add a debug point here and then run this program using debug first program.main. Now press F8 and you can see goes to school variable is set to false. Now at line number 5, it checks whether the goes to school variable is true or not. But since it's false, it won't go to its code block. It would go to else code block, which says bad cat in the console. And that's the execution of the program. If we set the goes to school variable to true and then run the program, it would show good cat in the output. Now let's extend this example to understand the nested if else and else if block. Now suppose if I create another condition that checks if the cat goes to college or not. Then we'll write boolean goes to college, that is set to, let's say, true. Now for going to college, the requirement is that the cat should have gone to school. So we'll write the condition in the if block. In the if block, we'll write if goes to college equal to true, then system.out.println would say rich cat, and in the else block we'll use this message. Now let's run this program and see. So the output of this program is rich cat, because at line number 6, first it checks whether the goes to school variable is true or false. That is in fact true. Then it goes to line number 7. There it checks if goes to college variable is true or not. Again it's true, and then it executes its code block. It outputs rich cat in the console. Let's delete this nested if else. Now let's add another condition in the if condition block. Here we'll write and goes to college equal to true. Then it should output the following thing: system.out.println rich cat. Now we'll change this else to else if and add the condition goes to school equal to true and goes to college equal to false. Then the message should say good cat, and in the else block we'll write system.out.println bad cat. Now if we run this program, it would output rich cat in the console. Now the logic is same. As you can see at line number 6, we are checking that goes to school and goes to college. Both of those variables should be true because we are using an AND operator. At line number 8, in the else if block, we are checking whether goes to school is true and goes to college is false or not. If both of these conditions are true, then it outputs good cat. So suppose if I change the value of goes to college to false and then run this program, it would output good cat. So an if-else block can have multiple else-if statements. Here we are using only one else-if statement, but you can create any number of else-if statements that you want. However, if statement should always be there while using a if-else block. The else is an optional block, but it is a good practice to writing it. Also, one more thing before we end this video is that whenever we are writing if, else block, then only one of those conditions would be executed. That is, either line number 7, either line number 9 or line number 11. One of them would be executed. The switch statement is a control flow statement that allows you to choose one of many code blocks to be executed. It's often used when you have a variable and want to perform different action based on its value. The break statement is used to terminate the execution of a loop, switch statement, or labeled block. The break statement is a powerful tool for controlling the flow of program, allowing you to exit loops or switch statement based on a specific condition. It also prevents from fall-through condition, which we will see while implementing it in IntelliJ. The ternary operator is a shorthand way of writing an if-else statement. It's also known as the conditional operator. This operator is especially useful when you want to assign a value to a variable based on a simple condition and is used widely in production environment. Let's now implement these topics in IntelliJ. Let's understand switch statement using the following example. In this example, we have defined an integer variable named I with value 1. At line number 5, we are using that integer variable as the input parameter for switch statement. If the value of I is 1, then it would execute case 1, that is line number 6. If it is 2, then case 2. If it is 3, then case 3. And if I has a value that doesn't come into any case, then it executes default statement, that is line number 9. Now let's run this program and see an issue. If I run this program, you can see that it executed all of those lines. It is outputting every line from line number 6 to 9, which shouldn't be happening. This is what's known as fall through in switch. Now this is happening because we haven't added any break statement after every case that exits the flow of control from switch statement. So for rectifying this issue, we'll just have to add break statement after every case. That is break Now if we execute this program again, you can see it only showed hello world, that is case number 1, as expected. If I change the value of I here from 1 to 2 and then run this program, it would show goodbye world. Now suppose if I change this value to something else, let's just say 99, and then run this program, it would say oops. That is default condition, as I have already mentioned that it doesn't come into any case. Now you can make the same program using if-else block as well. But why should you use switch in its place? Well, it depends upon your requirement. If you are making a program that is menu driven, or the flow of control should be decided based on the value of a single variable, then you can use switch map. It would be more readable than if-else block. But if you have to evaluate a particular expression or condition, then you should probably go with if-else statement. Also, one more thing that I would like to point out is that these case 1, 2, 3, these are not predefined. These 1, 2, 3 are the value of the input variable. If I change it to something else like 99 and then run this program, it would say hello world because the value of I is 99 and the case 99 is already there. You can also use other data types as well, like a char data type. So suppose if I change this value from int to char, and then its value should be, let's just say a. Now if I write here a, or let's just say b, and then a here and see here. Now if I run this program, it would go to case A, that is system.out.println goodbye world. Finally, let's try to understand ternary operator in Java. We'll use the following example to understand this. In this example, we have defined an integer variable named A that is set to value 57. At line number 5, we are using the ternary operator. First, we have defined an expression that checks whether A is greater than 60 or not. If this expression is evaluated to true, then it would execute whatever comes just after this question mark, that is hello in this condition. But if this expression comes out at false, then it would execute the expression after the colon, that is goodbye in this case. Then we are outputting the value that is assigned to result after the ternary operator at line number 7. Now let's run this program. As you can see, the output is goodbye because A is set to value 57, that is not greater than 60. So it takes the value from the false block, that is goodbye. If I change the value from 57 to let's just say 61 and then run this program, it would print out hello. Now this ternary operator is a shorthand for writing simple if-else conditions. You can write the same condition that is there at line number 5 using if-else block as shown from line number 10 to 14, and that would give you the same result. As always, we'll end this video with a motivational quote which says, "The minute you think of giving up, think of the reason why you held on so long." Thank you for watching and have a great day.